Hello, welcome everybody. I am Stepfanie Regan, business strategist here at Real Estate Dynamics. Today I am joined by our head of strategy, Brad Miller. Now, Brad is a previous business owner himself, and he has successfully owned and sold numerous real estate businesses with over 1,600 properties under management. Brad, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, Steph, thanks for having on. Hopefully I can share some insights that might be helpful today.
Fantastic. All right, now first question, let me ask you, having had the businesses and sold the businesses, knowing what you do now, what would you do differently?
Yeah, it's a good question actually, because as I started each subsequent business, it probably got better and better as I went. But what I would have done differently right at the start is I probably should have sought some more advice to begin with. I was pretty much a sales agent who done quite well at sales. I had an assistant helping me out, and then I decided to go out and start the business and just keep doing what I was doing. And everything was going fine for a while until all of a sudden I realised we hit a bit of a brick wall, and there was a lot of knowledge gaps that I actually had. It took me a couple of years until I got a coach. And when I got a coach, it just opened up a whole new world of opportunities for me. And from that point, went to another office and then finally another office again before selling.
Okay, so you would recommend then to any business owner in engaging a coach, and what do you think the difference was and why do you think it made a difference?
Yeah, sometimes coaching or consulting may not be for everyone. I wasn't probably what I would say well educated in business principles. I was a salesperson and I was prepared to give anything a go. But what I realised is that the business was never going to outpace me. So if my knowledge didn't advance and I didn't push myself into areas that I was uncomfortable with, the business would never have gone any further. And I feel one point I had a light bulb moment. I had a real responsibility to the people on my team to be the best leader I could be. And unfortunately, I wasn't going to be able to do that on my own. I needed someone there to help me, guide me in the right direction, question some of my decision making, and just help me become a more effective leader.
Okay, and now stepping out of being that business owner and stepping into the role of head of strategy, what mistake do you commonly see business owners make now that you're looking at multiple different businesses from this perspective?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Probably the thing that comes to mind instantly is the lack of businesses that have a clearly defined and inspiring vision for what the business is about and clearly defined set of values that drives the culture in their business. That would be number one by a long shot.
Okay, and as you know, here at Real Estate Dynamics, we have very clear and articulated values. So why do you think that's important in a business, and do you think it makes a difference with onboarding new staff?
Oh, a massive difference. One of the best leadership systems you can have is a high-level document that it really articulates and captures the essence of what the business is about. It's pretty much the Bible for the preacher, and the leader needs to be constantly referring to it and quoting elements of it to the team so that they can see and hear and feel what's expected of them by being part of the team. Now, many leaders I find go down the path of just saying, hey, I know what I'm going to do. It's here in my head. And they just keep making decisions in that line. But they tend to also have a turnover of staff or people being a bit uncertain about the way things need to get done. And it's because the vision isn't shared and it's not known by everyone in the team. And if you don't have a clearly defined set of values, I don't know how you could put a recruiting strategy in place, because culture and the values that people have would have to be number one. More than money, more than anything else, someone's values in joining your team can make or break it. So if you're not interviewing people based on questions that show supporting behaviours that the candidate displays in alignment with the values, then what questions are you asking them? How much experience have you had in property management, or how many listings do you gain per month? Like, those questions are just technician questions, but they don't get to the core. You get someone who lists 20 properties for sale a month, or 20 new properties for management a month, but they've got really crappy values and they're going to really eat away at the team. So I think values and that vision are just vital leadership tools that all businesses need to have, but sadly, we see a lack of that from people who first enter the program.
Yeah, I think it's really safe to say that as we progress and as we evolve, it's really important to be hiring people who have the right personalities and behaviours for the particular role, not just the experience they have written on a piece of paper.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's key because every role is a little bit different.
Absolutely. Look, one final question for you. What do you think makes a strong and sustainable red role?
Yeah, look, that's probably a good question again, and a really easy one to answer. It's definitely systems, but not just having a set of systems, having clearly defined ones and that people understand what part they play in them. So whose job starts where, whose job finishes there, and who's next in line to take that job. So I guess the two things, a documented set of systems, those systems are allocated to job descriptions or position profiles that people actually take up the responsibility of that work. And if you can basically put that documented system or that business in a box together, you'll be a long way to having the foundations to create real strong efficiencies, and innovations that you can make to those systems will actually stick in your business versus waiting for that next experienced property manager to join your team and then they'll do it a totally different way from the last one. It's going to water down your brand, it's going to destroy your culture, and you're going to make the mistake of having a people-dependent business rather than one that is driven by systems.
Absolutely. There you go, guys. So just a little quick interview with Brad Miller, our head of strategy here at Real Estate Dynamics. Brad, thank you so much for joining me today. For anybody who would like a complimentary 30-minute coaching session, please click the link below. One of our friendly staff would be more than happy to book that in for you. Hopefully you got a few gold nuggets out of today's interview, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a great day.